What would you do if a single clue turned your world upside down? She risked everything to uncover secrets that could destroy her life forever. Every step brought new danger, betrayal, and heartbreak. But the real shock, what she found in the end. Don't miss the twists in this true story. If you skip it, you'll never know the price of real truth. Discovery. It all started with a small clue, a simple note left on the kitchen table. At first, it seemed unimportant, just another piece of paper lost in the daily routine. But something about the handwriting made her stop. She looked closer and realized it didn't belong to anyone in her family. The words were short, almost rushed, but the message was clear. Look deeper. Curiosity turned to concern. She started searching every corner of her house, checking old boxes, and even behind the furniture. Each little thing she found, from faded photographs to dusty receipts, felt like another piece of a puzzle. The more she discovered, the more her heart raced. It was like peeling layers off a secret that was never meant to be revealed. She realized this was more than just a forgotten note. It was the start of something bigger. This first discovery made her question everything she thought she knew about her life and the people closest to her. But she couldn't stop now. The truth was calling, and she was determined to uncover it, no matter what she found next. After her first discovery, doubt began to fill her mind. She questioned everything: her memories, her family, even herself. Every conversation from the past now seemed suspicious. The people she trusted most suddenly felt like strangers. Was she overthinking, or was something truly wrong? Every small detail became a clue. Simple words, quick glances, or sudden silences made her uneasy. The doubt kept growing, making her restless and anxious. She started to second-guess her own instincts, but couldn't ignore the strange feeling that something was hidden from her. At times, she wanted to stop searching, afraid of what she might find. But the doubt wouldn't let her rest. It became a constant shadow, pushing her to dig deeper. She realized that trusting blindly was no longer an option. If she wanted answers, she had to question everything, even if it meant risking the relationships she cared about most. Doubt became her guide, leading her further down the path to the truth. Search driven by growing doubt, she began her search in earnest. She checked old emails, scrolled through messages, and looked for any sign that something was out of place. Each late night brought new discoveries, some small, some that made her heart pound. She sifted through hidden drawers and revisited places she hadn't thought about in years. The search took over her daily life. She found herself watching everyone more closely, picking up on details she'd always missed before. Sometimes, she felt hopeful that she was close to finding answers. Other times, the weight of not knowing made her feel completely alone. Her search was exhausting, but she couldn't stop. Every new clue brought more questions, pulling her deeper into the mystery. Friends and family noticed her change, but she brushed off their concerns, afraid they might be involved or wouldn't understand. The search became her mission. She was determined to keep going until she uncovered the truth, no matter how hard it became or what she might lose along the way. As her search continued, she realized the truth came with real danger. Strange things began to happen. Her phone would suddenly lose signal, and unknown numbers tried to contact her at odd hours. She sensed someone was watching, tracking her every move. At night, shadows seemed to shift outside her window, and footsteps echoed in the darkness. People who once seemed harmless now acted suspiciously distant or defensive when she asked questions. Sometimes, she caught glimpses of cars parked for too long near her house, or noticed familiar faces in unfamiliar places. Every day, the risks grew, but so did her determination. She knew she was getting closer to answers that someone wanted to keep hidden. The more she uncovered, the more dangerous her journey became, but fear couldn't stop her now. She understood that some truths are protected for a reason, and finding them meant risking her safety. Still, she pressed on, knowing that real change and justice always come with a price. Proof. Finally, after days of searching and facing danger, she found the proof she needed. Hidden deep in an old folder, she discovered documents that connected all the mysterious clues. Names, dates, and hidden accounts all pointed to the truth she had suspected from the start. The evidence was clear. There was no more room for doubt. Holding the proof in her hands, she felt a mix of relief and fear. Now she knew she hadn't imagined anything. The secrets were real, and so were the risks. With this evidence, she could finally confront those involved and demand answers. But she also realized that exposing the truth might hurt the people she cared about or even put her in more danger. Still, she understood the importance of doing what was right. Proof gave her the power to make a difference, not just for herself, but for everyone affected by the hidden truth. With courage, she prepared herself for the next step, knowing there was no turning back. Reveal, the moment of truth had arrived. With all the proof in her hands, she decided it was time to reveal everything. Her heart pounded as she gathered everyone involved, friends, family, and even those she suspected. The room was tense, eyes shifting, waiting for her to speak. She laid out the evidence piece by piece. Every detail was backed up by documents, messages, and facts that couldn't be denied. Gasps and shocked faces filled the room as secrets were uncovered. Some tried to deny or defend themselves, but the proof was too strong. This reveal changed everything. Relationships were tested, trust was shattered for some, but others were grateful for her courage. By risking it all and speaking the truth, she broke the cycle of silence that had held everyone captive. The truth was finally in the open, painful for many, but necessary for healing and moving forward. In that moment, she realized revealing the truth was the bravest thing she'd ever done. Betrayal after the truth was revealed, the feeling of betrayal swept through everyone. People who once seemed trustworthy now looked like strangers. Tears, anger, and disbelief filled the room as the reality of the lies became clear. She felt both relief and sadness. She had exposed the truth, but the cost was heavy. Some people blamed her for ruining their peace, while others quietly thanked her for her courage. She realized that betrayal isn't just about lies, it's about breaking trust and shattering relationships. The hardest part was seeing how deeply the secrets had hurt those she cared about. Old friendships ended, and new alliances formed in unexpected ways. But through the pain of betrayal, there was also hope for a new beginning. Now, at least, everyone knew where they stood. She learned that sometimes you have to risk everything, even your closest bonds, to set things right and move forward with honesty. Sacrifice in the end, everything she had uncovered came at a cost. The journey for truth demanded real sacrifice. She lost friends, faced harsh words, and sometimes wondered if it was all worth it. The piece of her old life was gone, replaced by a new reality built on honesty but marked by loss. Yet, even with all the pain, she knew her sacrifice mattered. By standing up for the truth, she inspired others to do the same. Her story became a lesson about courage, the kind that means giving up comfort to do what's right. The world around her changed, but she grew stronger. Sacrifice taught her that real strength isn't just in finding the truth, but in accepting the cost and moving forward. She discovered that even when you lose so much, you gain something greater: integrity, self-respect, and the chance to build a future where honesty matters most. Would you risk your relationships to expose a hidden truth? Let us know your thoughts below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more real life suspense stories. Which moment surprised you most? Get ready for even more drama. Don't miss our next video. They thought it was a random attack, but it was planned for months.